Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Doki Doki Blue Skies. We're picking up right where you left off. The shelves, they call to me. They're saying, stock me. Put things on top of me. I feel the things on top of me. Feed me, they say, as they stand empty. But I, the master, remain unmoved. Nay, unshaken. As I fiddle with my pen in my hands, I ignore the plea of the shelves, lost in thought. I'm off in my own world, a world where I have as much time to spend with Natsuki as I want. Scenes from the past replay in my mind as I run through all the different choices I could have made. But of course, every passing customer pulls me back to reality. Here I am, standing amidst tins of red bean paste and bags of rice crackers. Away from the literature club, away from my friends, and away from Natsuki. I don't know how long it's been since I've seen her. Weeks? Months? The only person I've had time to catch up with has been Sayori, but that's not much of a surprise. After all, she lives right next door. I have to actively try to avoid her, to never see her. But although I say that, she's really been going out of her way to walk me to school. She even started coming around to hang out more whenever I finished work early. According to her, Natsuki has barely been attending the club herself because of how much she's been working. I wonder if anyone's been checking up on Natsuki. It definitely gives me a solace that Sayori cares enough to always make sure I'm feeling alright, so I hope Natsuki has someone like her. Well, I guess Sayori was the one who introduced me to the literature club, so it's no wonder that she wants to make sure I'm keeping up my social life. Man, she's still the same after all these years. Always trying to brighten everyone's day. I should really do more for her, especially since she's one of the few people keeping me sane nowadays. I wish it was the whole club. Sighing, I got out from behind the counter and start stocking. Today's been dead anyway, so I'm not too concerned. There's only a couple minutes left of my shift before we close, so it's not much of a problem. By the time I finish stacking the shelves and helping a customer that came in the last moment, it's closing time. I knock on the office door and let the boss know that I'm finished, and then I'll see him tomorrow. He waves me off, smiling as I go. Time to go get some sleep. I can't even be bothered reheating leftovers for dinner. Eh? I step outside the store and see a familiar figure leaning on a post. Monica?
Yes, that's my name. Don't wear it out.
She waves, walking towards me. She's wearing a faint smile. Smug as always, I see. How have you been? It's been, what, 2 weeks?
A month and a half.
Eh? Wait, that means exams are next week. I can see the faint smile grow on as Monica sees my panic.
I'm guessing you haven't had time to study.
Yeah, not really. Between work and school, free time is a thing of the past. So what brings you by? I straighten my clothes and offer her to walk with me.
I wanted to catch up, to be honest. It's been far too long.
Ain't that the truth? Wait, did I just see... Wait, did I just use ain't to the president of the literature club? Monica chuckles. Looks like she finds it mildly funny, at least. I bring us to a stop at a vending machine. The coin I insert jingles merrily as it clatters through the machine. After a moment, a can drops. I see Monica raising an eyebrow from the corner of my eye. I offer the can to Monica.
Black double espresso? There's no milk or anything in that. I don't remember you drinking coffee, let alone something that strong.
That's why it's for you.
What makes you think I'll drink it?
Just a hunch, but I think I've known you long enough to know. Monica smiles.
You know me almost too well then, Clam. Thank you.
Don't mention it. So tell me, Monica, what can I help you with? You might come all this way just to say hello, as much as you know I would appreciate the thought.
Too well indeed. Careful, if you start noticing too much about me, someone might get jealous.
She's grinning at me now, nudging my arm as we start to walk once again. As she does so, she cracks open the can and takes a sip. I can't help but smile as she brings the can back down. I can tell from her expression that I made the perfect choice for her drink. It also reminds me of a conversation I had with Natsuki several months ago. I'll have to tell her next time I get the chance, if I get the chance, I suppose. Oh, that's alright, I hesitate. I probably should have made the fact that we're on a break at the moment, now that I think about it. Unfortunately, as I hesitate, I also stop walking.
Here.
Malika turns to face me, adopting a thoughtful expression. After a moment, realization seems to wash over her.
I see. Well, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. But I am here if you need anything.
Same for you, in fact. I don't think you answered my question, Malika, about why you're here.
You've grown more insightful since you first joined the club, you know. Although I guess it makes sense, given how you kinda have to read between the lines with Natsuki. Honestly, don't worry about me. I just wanted to talk with you for a while. We don't get to do that much these days.
That's true. You've always been super busy. I know that I'm busy with my job myself. Well, I'll just say our schedules really conflict. On that note, though, how's the club doing? A wry smile passes over Malika's face.
It's seen better days, if I'm honest. The ones with you in them, of course.
I chuckle. I'm sure that's not really what I'm asking. Sarah's been telling me that a few meetings have been cancelled lately. Malika winces a little.
I really wish she wouldn't. I know she means well, but there's no point in bothering you with all that. It's not like you can do anything about it. It's just all less lively without you and Natsuki. Natsuki was always the really loud one of the group, so it's more quiet without her. Not that the literature club is particularly loud, a particularly loud subject. Still, it's a lot more empty with only 3 members in the club.
Malika, I'm sorry I can't be around anymore.
No, you're fine, Flam. Real life takes precedence over fun things. And it's not like Yuri, Sayuri, and I don't get along. There's just less reason for the literature club to exist now, you know?
We made our way from the store to a nearby park through the course of our chat. Honestly, this is really nice, to just chat like this. However, I can't help but continue to wonder why Malika's here. I stopped to lean on a railing, admiring how different the park looks when it's dark and illuminated by the park lamps. Hey, Malika. She follows suit, joining me by the railing. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to fly? Like, not just in a plane, but like a bird. To fly away from all your troubles, all the people. Even the smallest of insects could leave their worries behind in an instant. But us, we're stuck to deal with life. All the consequences of our actions come to bear on us, one way or another. And bugs and insects, they just laugh at us. We're all in this together, whether we like it or not, simply because we can't fly.
How poetic, Flam. Reminds me of a poem that Suki wrote before. Something about how eagles can fly, but people can only try.
Sounds like something she would write.
Looks like the literature club's really rubbed off on you. To be honest, I kind of missed reading your poems.
High praise coming from the master of words herself. Malika elbows me lightly in the ribs.
You've gotten better at writing.
Of course, I learned from the best there is. Malika pauses and looks at me, seemingly scanning my features.
You know, I can see why Natsuki's insecure in your relationship.
Eh? What do you mean?
Don't tell me you're totally clueless. Remember Valentine's Day?
For a moment, I'm taken aback by embarrassment. Natsuki told you about that?
Well, she kind of ranted about it in the club a bit.
Ah, jeez. Just so you know, we did talk about it a bit.
So you've never had a serious conversation about it?
We did, but it turned into an argument that ended with her leaving. And then some other stuff came up that was more important than that incident, so... Understatement of the century there. Malika sighs, crossing her arms.
Alright. I get that life can get in the way of things. I know that full well. You should still take the time one day to talk to her about these things, though.
Okay, okay. You sound like my mom right now with all the talk about communication.
That's how you know I'm giving you good advice. You do know why she felt insecure as your girlfriend, right?
Yeah, of course. After all, Natsuki explained it all to me at the time. She felt like I was prioritizing Sayori over her on the one day I should have done the opposite.
That's right. Although it varies, most people differentiate their romantic relationships from their platonic ones through exclusivity. Exclusivity when it comes to spending time alone together, being intimate together, you name it. And it's pretty clear that Natsuki's the sort of person who values exclusivity a lot. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any female friends just because you have a girlfriend. You just need to talk with Natsuki to hash out all the appropriate boundaries you need to set.
Oh, I would, but Monaco winces.
Sorry, Flam. I forgot that you guys broke up.
Oh, hold on. We're not broken up. We're just on a break. I avoid Monica's gaze, well aware at the desperation that just seeped into my voice.
I see. All the more reason to think about what happened before in your relationship, right?
Guess so. There's one thing I don't get, though. You said she values exclusivity, and I definitely get that vibe from her. But isn't being protective and caring and stuff all part of that? That's what I thought. But when I tried to tell Natsuki that I'd always protect her, she pushed me away.
Flam, remember how I told you to dial back the hero complex?
Yeah. Suddenly Natsuki's voice rings through my head. Savior complex, guardian angel. That's how she thinks I see our relationship. But, to be honest, how much can I honestly refute that? I love her. I really do. But I also feel obligated to protect her from everything. I really should have taken your words to heart more.
That's what I thought. Of course, I don't have all the details, but from what you two have told me and judging from Natsuki's personality, I'm guessing that Natsuki doesn't feel respected most of the time. She definitely has a complex about being weak, and I don't think feeling like she constantly needs to be protected by others is helping matters. Think about it. Wouldn't you hate being told that you're too weak to even protect yourself properly? I know you never said anything like that, but that's the implication.
Monika's words suddenly seemed to click the puzzle pieces in place in my mind. Now that I think about it, Natsuki's dad. She probably has a really bad perception of relationships, given that her dad, the one person who was supposed to care for her, turned out to be the most hurtful one of all. And if her dad is constantly making her feel weak, well, she probably hates being seen as weak by other people even more. Always being told that she needs to be protected isn't going to do anything but make her feel worse about herself. Thanks for talking to me about this, Monika. I think I actually get things now. More so than before, I mean.
I can help, Lamb. Honestly, it feels really nice to be able to help my club members. It makes me feel better as club president.
Speaking of club duties, did you look for me to talk about the club with? Monika turns to face me in surprise. It's at this moment that I suddenly realize just how well her features glimmer in the moonlight. I'd always known just how attractive Monika is, but right now, she's just so... She's the epitome of grace. It honestly makes me a little uncomfortable.
I guess there's nothing else we talk about, huh?
She sighs, leaning deeper in onto the railing.
Flam, do you know why I created the literature club?
Because you didn't like the debate club?
No! I enjoy debating, but that's not it. I created a literature club to give people a safe place to do something that interests them. To do something they actually care about. Something that makes them happy. The club isn't just there to give me an ego, or to give me full control of a club.
I never said that.
No, you haven't. But sometimes I feel like I did do it all for myself.
You? Huh.
I still run through the argument Natsuki and I had sometimes, thinking about what she said about me and what I had to say to her. To be honest, I know that I definitely had at least one ulterior motive when creating the club, though. I originally wanted people who joined to have a place they could turn to forget about their troubles for a little while, to give them solace and comfort for even just a small part of their day.
Oh, I think I get what you meant. The need for a sanctuary applies to you too, right?
You picked up on that, hmm?
She looks down at the weeds below, a pensive expression on her face. Do you want to talk about it? Monica sighs again. Looks like she might finally be on the verge of opening up.
That depends. Can you keep a secret?
Of course.
You answered that without thinking. How can I trust that?
She gives me a genuine smile. I think I understand what she means. I'll play along. If you tell me something you don't want anyone else to know, I'll make sure I never tell a single soul for as long as I live. Scout's honor.
You're not a scout.
Doesn't mean I'm not honorable like one. We laugh for a while, just enjoying each other's company. Finally, she pauses, and the summer mood returns once again.
Well, since you're sworn to secrecy,
She takes a deep breath.
I'm pretty open about the fact that I have cram school right after the club, along with class rep duties and tennis practice before school, right?
Mm-hmm. Jeez. Never realized how much that was until you said it all like that.
Yeah. You see why I wanted a sanctuary from the busyness of life? But the thing is, my parents don't even know that I'm in the literature club right now. They still think I'm in the debate club.
What? But don't they know that all the stress from your extracurriculars is insane?
I'm sure they do have some idea, but they think I'm more than capable of handling it. And I guess I'm used to it, but I've been getting more and more burnt out.
So why don't you tell them and quit some of your activities? Monica stares at me in disbelief.
Are you kidding me? I can't just say that to my parents. They pretty much demand nothing short of perfection. It's pretty terrible, but at the same time, I'm grateful that they provide so many opportunities for me. Like, not every parent would pay for tennis equipment in cram school. So I feel like I need to keep up my grades and everything because I owe them everything.
Damn, Monica. I'm sorry you have to go through that. I'm not quite sure what to say. Suffice it to say, this subject is beyond my pay grade. You could always try talking to a teacher about it.
Maybe. I don't know.
More than ever, I'm glad Monica has the literature club to rely on. I can see why the club means so much to you, though. It gives you a chance to unwind.
Yeah, there wasn't a club like it, so I needed to make one.
Makes a lot of sense. Have you ever tried talking to your parents, though?
Ma'am, it's really hard to describe to someone who has a loving and supportive mom. It's just really complicated. I know they probably just want what's best for me.
Even when it makes you this stressed?
It'll all work out in time. Anyway, about the club.
Let me guess. The club is getting too much for you to handle, and you're stressing over what should be a simple task.
Something like that.
Well, she has to you already to take over.
You know why I can't do that.
She's a lot better than you give her credit for.
That's not what I mean. It's more that she's not going to want the responsibility. She's got too much on her plate already, and I never want to put her through this.
So what other choice do we have? Close the club? Monica looks horrified at my suggestion.
Flam, how could you suggest that?
But after a moment, she sighs once again. Perhaps it isn't too far off from what she'd already thought of. Well, what do you suggest?
It's not a problem that can be solved with just one solution, I feel. The club isn't the problem. I can handle the paperwork, but it's just... We've been getting nowhere in the past 6 months, if I'm honest. The club hasn't grown, but shrunk. We've been stagnating, Flam. And with that, I can't help but feel alone. I know it sounds stupid because we're still meeting, but it's not the same.
No, I can understand that feeling. What we need is new members, right? I'll talk to my friends at school, see if any of them might be willing to join. And just between you and me, I've asked for less hours. Don't tell Natsuki. I don't want her worrying about me. I'll be able to rejoin the club at the start of the new year, which is only a few weeks away. I'll do whatever I can to get our numbers up, alright? Monica looks at me up and down, up and down. It almost feels like she's sizing me up.
Flam, this isn't your problem or your fault. You do know that, right? But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate the help. Just keep this between us, alright?
I did promise. You can trust me, Monica.
You know, I'm really starting to believe that. Thanks for the talk. I do feel a lot better with that off my chest. And look how long I've kept you. I'll have to get home before I get into too much trouble, too.
Don't worry about it. I'm more than happy to help.
Just remember what we talked about, alright? Natsuki's not wrong to feel the way she does.
I know. I'm just hoping I can fix things in the end. With that, Monica waves, jogging down the path. I start to head home before turning back for a moment. And I can't help but grin a bit. Even Monica has her hang-ups, eh? Not that my opinion has lessened of her, of course. She's just more human than I had ever realized. As I start to walk away, my phone goes off. Monica?
Thanks again. I really appreciate our talk, as unexpected as it was. Also, Sayori's planning to meet up at her place at the end of next week, if she hasn't told you already. Hope to see you there.
I'll be there for sure. That's when I can tell Natsuki about my plan for work, if this all goes well. Well, nothing like a doorbell to jolt you out of a blissful slumber.
Good morning, Flam.
Good morning, Sayori. Hold on. Is Sayori actually awake before us? Something's wrong with that picture there.
Looks like I'm not the only non-morning person.
Morning, huh? What time is it?
It's 8:30.
Well, that explains why I'm so sleepy. Wait, but if it's so early, what are you doing here?
Flam, did you forget?
About
The party, silly. The literature club party.
literature club party. All right. I almost forgot that was today. Why did we agree to do it so early in the morning?
Well, we wanted to go to lunch originally, but everyone was busy in the afternoon. That's when Monica suggested we should have breakfast together, like the breakfast club. We're all having pancakes and toast at my house.
Now that you mention it, I do remember Monica texting me about all this. Guess I forgot. I shrugged my shoulders. Breakfast does sound good right about now, to be honest. Let me take a shower and I'll be right over, okay?
Okay, see you soon.
See you soon, Sayori. Sayori starts towards her house as I close the door and walk back upstairs into my bedroom. Despite my eyes being fixated on the bed, I start unbuttoning my pajamas and reach for my regular clothes. At least a nice hot shower should wake me up. As I go through all my usual cleaning routines, I can't help but feel excited for the party. There's a whole book's worth of reasons why I'm excited, but seeing Natsuki definitely takes the top spot. It's been maybe 3 weeks since we initially broke up, and it's been killing me that I haven't been able to see her. But my chance has finally arrived. Today will be my chance to try to get back together with Natsuki. So yeah, looking forward to it. I finish up I'm leaning up against the shower wall, trying desperately to keep myself awake. As I do so, my body starts to sink slowly, until I fall flat on the floor, with the exception of my butt sticking up in the air. I finish up my shower, change into my fresh clothes, and head downstairs into the kitchen. Knowing Sayori, she'll most likely have made hot chocolate for everyone already. That's great and all, but at the current moment, I want coffee. I decided to brew a small cup and put it in one of Dad's old travel mugs. Coffee in hand, I head over to Sayori's house. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Flam. Oh, hey. You're here for the party?
You bet. Where's everyone else?
Not here yet, duh. Monica just texted me. She said she's on her way.
Cool. I gesture towards the door. So, we're gonna stand around here all day, or are we gonna go inside?
Yeah, we're going.
We sit down on a couch as Sayori heads back into the kitchen. I take a sip of my coffee. So, how have you been?
I've been doing alright. The shop's been doing good recently, which is a huge weight off my dad's back.
Oh, really? That's awesome news. She nods her head.
Oh, before I forget to tell you, with everything going smoothly now, I've been working less.
Really? What a coincidence. I was just about to tell you the same thing.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Actually, my boss hired another cashier, so we're going to be trading off shifts now. I can't believe my gamble's actually paying off. It'll be nice to have more free time.
Yeah.
Natsuki? Remember how you and I...
Who wants hot chocolate?
Look, Sayori. We're having a moment. And you... There are times when you just want to slap someone around, but at the same time, you just want to hug them. That's how I feel about Sayori right now. We were having a moment. Sayori rushes into the living room with a kettle that I assume is full of hot chocolate. Well, since we're here at this juncture, I might as well get a photo for the thumbnail. Why, Sayori, why? Sayori rushes into the living room with a kettle that I assume is full of hot chocolate. Natsuki looks at me, clearly waiting for me to finish my sentence. We'll talk later. Sorry. I turned to Sayori. Hey, Sayori! I'll have some!
Great! How about you, Natsuki?
Natsuki shoots me an annoyed look before sighing.
Yeah, sure. Awesome!
Sayori walks to our side of the couch, kettle and mugs in hand. Natsuki and I watch as she fills up 3 mugs with hot chocolate. Anyone notice that little sidle that she did as well? Natsuki and I watch as she fills up 3 mugs with hot chocolate before putting the kettle down on the table.
Thanks, Sayori. Of course, breakfast isn't complete without hot chocolate.
I'd have to agree. Sayori sits down next to me and shuffles uncomfortably. Why? She's sitting a good foot away from me on the sofa, starkly contrasting with Natsuki, who's considerably closer. But even so. It's not like Natsuki's that close to me either. And it honestly makes me feel a little lonely. Yuri? Monica? Can one of you show up now and help ease a little bit of this awkwardness? I'm surrounded by people I care about, but...
You okay, Flam? You seem a little spaced out. I'm the one who's supposed to have my head in the clouds.
Huh? Oh yeah, I'm fine.
That's the least convincing thing.
What's funny is I actually did my best to make it sound unconvincing.
That's the least convincing thing I've heard since... Since when? It's one time Flam bought us ice cream.
Ah, I remember it now. You mean the time I dropped mine and you offered some of yours?
Yeah, that's the one.
Man, I haven't thought about that in ages. What happened again?
Well, you said you didn't want to try the new flavor, but you really just wanted me to have it all for myself.
Oh yeah, I just couldn't bear I just couldn't bear to tear you away from your sweets. You always had the brightest smiles whenever you ate good food. As I laugh, Sayori forces out a vaguely uncomfortable chuckle.
So, were you guys out together recently or something?
Shoot, I could practically kick myself. This must sound pretty incriminating to Natsuki. No wonder Sayori's been so uncomfortable. She probably picked up on it way before I did. No, this was years ago, back when we were kids.
I'm sure you two have had really fun moments together too, right?
Sayori looks at Natsuki with a weak smile on her face. Knowing her, she's likely beating herself up over starting this conversation. I can virtually see her scrambling to find something to say in her mind. But what is there to say? No matter how hard I rack my brain, I can't seem to think of anything either. However, before we can find the words, Natsuki speaks up.
I'm going to the bathroom.
She gets up and walks out of the living room, leaving Sayori and me behind. I take a deep breath. It's all I can do to prevent myself from panicking. Glancing over at Sayori, I can see that she's biting her lip hard enough to leave them white.
Lamb, I shouldn't have hosted this.
That wasn't what I expected her to say. What? But you were so excited for today.
Yeah, I know. I was just being selfish.
Ah, come on, you weren't being selfish at all.
But here I am, knowing that I was the one who drove a wedge between you and Natsuki. I'm always the one who rubs our friendship in Natsuki's face. How can I call myself your Natsuki's friend when all I do is make you feel bad about yourselves? It'd be better for everyone if I wasn't here.
Sayori, you're the best friend that anyone could have, and it definitely wouldn't be the same without you there. I mean, even now you're being so caring that you're putting everyone before yourself. And as for Natsuki and me, you didn't do anything. We're fine, I promise. Sayori looks at me, her eyes glistening with tears.
If you say so. I know you won't lie to me, Flam.
That stings. It's like she knows. I know full well that what happened on Valentine's Day drove a wedge between the three of us. And lying about it just makes it worse. Well, I need to fix this before it gets out of control, and I need Sayori's help to do that. That's how I can justify this little lie in my mind.
Tell me something, Flam.
I nod.
Promise me. Promise me that I didn't hurt you two by coming over then.
No, I promise. You only wanted to spend time with your friends, right? What's wrong with that?
But
No, no buts. You didn't hurt anyone. Trust me. Sayori gives me a weak smile.
it's a little hard to believe when we're in this situation right now.
She's got me there. Sayori.
Flam, I know what I have to do.
She stands up with a wavering smile.
Tell the others that. That's enough, Sayori. Eh?
Natsuki? Natsuki steps out from behind a corner leading to the hallway. How long has she been listening to us?
I know what you were about to do for me, Sayori, and I really, really appreciate it. It's a lot more than I'd be willing to do, that's for sure. I, don't really know how to say this, though.
She shoots me a pointed look before turning to face Sayori again.
You see, Flam and I,
Natsuki?
we're on a break. So I don't really have much to say as to what he does or says at all. Not that I did anyway. Wait, you guys broke up?
Natsuki nods. Sayori shoots me a hurt look, her lip quivering. Considering how hard she was biting it, it must hurt, but not as much as the lie I just told her. She turns back to face Natsuki.
I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It was a long time coming, right, Flam?
Oh, yeah. She walks over to me and elbows me in the shoulder. I can practically feel Natsuki's incredulous look in my reply to my weak response. In truth, I had planned on this day going very differently, but I think this is more important to fix. Yeah, it was mutual.
Then, please don't leave us. You're our friend, Sayori, alright?
She looks away for a moment before turning back towards us with a smile on her face.
Thanks, guys. I really needed that. Again, I'm really sorry for what I said back then. I just let my jealousy get in the way of all our friendships. It was just hard. Always feeling like I was competing with the person who knew Flam best. Oh, Natsuki. I'm really sorry I made you feel that way. I should have known. No, it's not your fault, Sayori. I should have known that there was something between you and Flam. I mean, Flam did up going above and beyond for me.
And she looks over at me. I can tell that Natsuki's thinking about the money I gave her.
So really, don't worry about it.
Natsuki suddenly grins.
Actually, I'd rather blame Flam for all of it.
I roll my eyes as Natsuki lightly elbows me again. Well, I can't argue with that. The atmosphere clears once again. Natsuki takes a seat, this time next to Sayori. I get to stretch my legs, taking a deep breath. I never once intended to get between those two. I just hope that I can still salvage my plans for the day with Natsuki.
Oh, someone else is here.
Thank God. That was getting too much.
I'll get the door.
I watch as Sayori rushes to the door and opens it.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Monica. Hey, Monica. Oh, Yuri's here too. Hi, Yuri. Good morning, Sayori. Come on in. I just made hot chocolate. Do you also have coffee by any chance? Or tea, if it's not too much of a burden? Of course. I'll go make some right now. You guys can sit anywhere. I'll be right back.
Sayori rushes off to the kitchen as Monica and Yuri sit down on the couch opposite from Natsuki and I. Morning, everyone.
Good morning, Flam. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. How's the club been?
Boring.
Really? You didn't seem bored on Friday. Oh.
Really? You didn't seem bored on Friday? It was our book talk day.
Oh, speaking of those, I saw those posters you guys posted. They looked pretty professional.
Aw, thank you, Flam. I designed them myself. Didn't seem to work, though.
Natsuki and Yuri nod their heads.
No one showed up. I even made cookies.
Really? Didn't say anything about cookies on the poster from what I remember. Maybe that has something to do with it?
That's quite possible. Although I get the feeling that after the festival, the literature club just became a joke. No one takes it seriously.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Sorry to hear that.
I just wish people would be open-minded. Like you, Flam.
Thanks.
By the way, are you coming back next year?
Planning on it, yep.
That's good to hear. The club doesn't really feel complete without you.
The girls nod their heads in agreement. Thanks, guys.
Alright, I'm back. Monica, here's your coffee.
Sayori hands Monica a large mug full of black coffee.
I don't know what you like in your coffee, so I just made normal coffee. That's fine. I like my coffee black anyway.
Natsuki leans over to me and whispers in my ear.
You're right. Only psychopaths drink black coffee.
Hi.
You're right. Only psychopaths drink black coffee.
I laugh. Way ahead of you, Natsuki.
And Yuri, here's your tea.
Sayori hands Yuri a large teacup.
I only had green tea. I hope that's okay. Of course, green tea is one of my favorites. Thank you very much, Sayori. Of course.
I slide over along Sayori to sit down next to me.
So, what'd I miss? We were just discussing how Flam will be returning next year. You are? That's great.
Out of nowhere, she wraps her arms around me and pulls me in for a hug. I hear Monica and Yuri chuckling as Sayori lets go of me. Natsuki, on the other hand, looks irritated. That doesn't really surprise me.
I can't wait till next year. We're gonna finally be third years. Speak for yourself. I'm only a first year, remember? That's right. That means you're gonna be the president when we all leave, Natsuki. Yep. I'm gonna turn it into the manga club.
You're gonna turn it into the manga club after I leave.
Just to spite you.
Despite the smiles, I could tell Natsuki isn't exactly thrilled with being left behind, so I turn to look at her.
I know that I can't help it, but I don't want to be the only member of the club left. Look, I know school's important and all, but...
By this time, I'm pretty confident in saying that I can read her expressions well. I think I know where she's going with this, but... she can't be, right?
As far as it would be to run a manga club, I think we all know I'm not the leadership type. This club started with us, and...
By this point, I know I'm powerless. There isn't anything I can say to stop the train of thought Natsuki's writing. I shoot Monica a panicked look. Please don't let her finish that sentence. Yuri starts to open her mouth, but Monica beats her to the punch.
Natsuki, I think you'll make a great president for the manga club. You're passionate, competitive, and charismatic. I can't wait to hear all the awesome stories you come up with.
Yuri timidly adds to Monica's encouragement.
If you're half as competitive as you are in the club at the moment, then you'd be the most passionate person in the room. I'm sure the new members would enjoy your ideas. Yeah, and you can make cupcakes for them every day.
But despite all the kind words, Natsuki shakes her head.
It just wouldn't be the same. I've gotten so used to seeing you guys after school every day that I just feel weird to see different faces. It'd be like a band that broke up, but one guy continued it with 4 different people? Either way, I don't want that. We can't change your feelings, Natsuki, and we aren't trying to. We just want you to be happy. We aren't all there is to high school, you know.
Natsuki mutters something under her breath, but I'm close enough to catch it.
You might as well be.
Hearing that, I couldn't sit in silence any longer. Natsuki? She turns to me, a little surprised. If you want, I'll hold off on university for a year. I can stick around here and pick up more hours after I graduate. That way I can see you every evening. Alright? All the girls look at me in shock. I'll accept Sayori. I share a quick, knowing smile with her.
No way! You can't hold off on your future because of me. I won't let you.
Nope. Man of my mind. You're gonna have to put up with me for a long time yet, you hear? I know that Natsuki sees through my bluff. Sayori did the moment I said it. Besides, Mom would kill me if I held off uni for a year because of a girl. Probably. Though she's become more relaxed lately. She'd still be pretty disappointed, though. That's what I want to think, at least. But deep down, I know it's no bluff. I would follow through in a heartbeat if it made Natsuki happy. But none of that matters. I don't want Natsuki to drop out, and I'll do whatever I can to help her.
You're not staying here. I can handle myself. That wasn't what I was meaning anyway. It's not like I'm dropping school or anything. I just think that the club is probably best left behind when you leave. I'll find another club to join, don't worry.
I don't know what to say. It feels almost like a betrayal of our legacy to close the club, but at the same time, I can see exactly where she's coming from. How could it possibly be the same after all we'd been through? It reminds me of an anime Natsuki and I watched earlier in the year about a group of high school friends who all quit the club when the third years graduated in order to preserve the memories they had made. It was Sayori who finally broke the long silence.
Well, there isn't a manga club at school anymore. Why don't you actually start a manga club instead? You joked about it before, but if you don't want to be president, you could be a vice president and find someone else to lead it for you. You could use the same assets that we did, but completely rebrand, change rooms, everything. Besides, after what happened with the culture festival, that might be a good idea.
It was Sayori who knew how to state something so obvious, yet compelling. If Natsuki was surrounded by like-minded people, she might have a fun year, even without us. Natsuki takes a moment to mull the idea over.
So, you guys really wouldn't be upset if I turned the club into a manga club?
There's a softness, a rare kind of vulnerability in her voice, one that I've rarely heard before. Monica looks pointedly at Yuri. They know what needs to be said. There's no way around it this time. Yuri glances away, attempting to hide behind her long hair.
I think you know how he would feel about it, Natsuki.
Monica smiles at her. Before clearing her throat, her statement was pretty clearly directed at Yuri. Reluctantly, Yuri sighs and turns towards Natsuki. There's a small smile on her lips.
Well, Natsuki, I don't mind what you do with the club. It's within your prerogative to continue the club's legacy however you'd like, after all. That's not what I meant, Yuri, and you know it. Consider this a favor for me.
Yuri grimaces, glancing around the room. Natsuki shakes her head. I can tell she's content with the response Yuri's already given.
If she doesn't want to say it, it's fine. It means nothing if you don't believe it. No, it's long overdue. And I'll only say this once, alright? Manga.
She's gonna say it. Guys, she's finally gonna say it. Her voice trails off. Could you repeat that? I didn't catch it. I don't mean to tease Yuri, but this is important and she knows it.
Manga is literature.
She's finally said it, guys. She's finally said it. I've never seen someone more strained to say the 3 words before in my life. She gives a sideways glance to Monica before turning to Natsuki. Try as she might to hide it, there's a smile forming on Yuri's lips.
It is a literature club, and I suppose from an objective standpoint, drawings on a page with words could be considered a form of entertainment. That's all.
I honestly don't think Natsuki heard Yuri after her first statement, though. She's practically bouncing in her seat.
I can't believe it. I can be part of a manga club, and Yuri admitted I was right all in one day.
It takes a few minutes for her excitement to bubble away, and she looks at me. I just can't believe how cute she is.
I'm not cute!
It's like she read our minds. But I didn't say anything.
But you were thinking it, weren't you?
I can't deny that. Laughter fills the room. Hey, at least we aren't going that far. We'll all come visit and throw parties just like this one. We can have a literature club outside of school, right?
No, that sounds stupid.
Despite her words, she rolls her eyes and pinches my cheek.
That's a wonderful idea. We could hold our meetings whenever we're home. We can easily coordinate our breaks from uni, considering not all of us are going. Of course. If everyone wants to continue the club, then that sounds like a wonderful idea. I'd love to come along. Yeah, we can even host it here. I'll make snacks and drinks for everyone. If you don't eat them all first. Alright, you can make the snacks. What? Hey! Don't just volunteer me for stuff. But Natsuki, everyone loves her cupcakes. Besides, I can leave my tea set here, and I can make tea for everyone each time we meet. Yeah, see? It's just meant to be.
You're just saying that because that means less work for you, Sayori.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
As I chuckle at Sayori, the three of them get to planning. Monica just watches, smiling. From there, the conversation shifts to exams and other school-related things. I sit back and just listen to the girls talk, sipping my coffee and hot chocolate. Ah, life is good.
Thank you so much for having me, Sayori. Of course. Have a good day, Yuri. As do you. Thanks for hosting this, Sayori. I had a great time. So did I. Good to hear. I'll talk to you later, Sayori. Have a good day. You too, Monica.
Monica walks off, leaving just Sayori, Natsuki, and I on the porch.
Thanks for helping me clean up, guys. The kitchen was really messy. Not a problem. I've cleaned up more than my fair share of messy kitchens. You must be a cleaning expert.
Oh, she's better than me.
Not like that's saying much. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye.
See ya. Sayori heads back inside, leaving Natsuki and I alone. Natsuki starts walking and I follow her. So, awkwardness fills the fresh spring air. Listen, I'm just gonna be blunt. Do you want to pick up where we left off, dating-wise?
I don't know.
Suddenly, I feel like the ground's crumbling under my feet. To be honest, I hadn't been thinking about the possibility that she'd say no. Oh. We're both quiet for a moment. Natsuki, can I just ask one question?
What?
Do you still have any feelings for me? Another moment of silence.
Of course I do, Flam. I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss you. But things are just different.
So then, well, it's fine. I definitely don't want to force you into anything. I'd love if we can give us another shot, but I'd also hate it if you felt obligated to agree. Natsuki bites her lip, fidgeting with a sleeve. You don't need to give me an answer right now. It's only natural to want to take your time with this decision. After all, it's kind of a big one.
Yeah. Flam, I'm sorry, but I can't just make up my mind on the spot. Especially not for this. I think I just need some time to think about things.
But don't worry, I get it. It's only to be expected. No pressure. Whatever happens, I'll be happy if you're happy.
Okay. Thanks for understanding. Sometimes I think you're too nice, Flam.
Eh?
I don't know. You're just so accommodating. Even when you have your own things going on. It's something I've always appreciated about you.
Oh. Thanks. I try my best, you know.
Yeah. No matter what, you always stay my friend, right?
Of course, Natsuki. Always.
Good. I'll stay your friend too.
Well, I can't exactly be your friend without you being my friend too, right?
Shut up. You know what I mean.
I guess so.
Anyway, I think I gotta get going. Thanks for talking to me today.
Don't mention it. It was really nice talking to you too. I'll, keep in touch.
Yeah, we can always text.
She waves goodbye and heads in the opposite direction as I walk back up to my door. I take a deep breath. Well, that didn't go as expected. Guess my expectations were too high, of course. It'd be hard for things to immediately go back to normal. Major reality check there. For now, all I can do is hope. Maybe I could drown out my thoughts through work in the literature club. Although Natsuki's going to be at the club too. Man, maybe this is for the better though. If we weren't going to work, it'd be better to not keep trying. Natsuki deserves better. Better than me, at least. It's no use. I can't help but feel like I'm embodying sour grapes here. The hell am I even doing here? Damn it.
Hey, Flam. What are you still standing outside for?
Huh? Oh, no reason. Just thinking, I suppose.
Well, you look like you're thinking pretty hard.
Yeah, I suppose I am.
Do you want some company?
Right now, having someone to bounce my thoughts off of would be nice. And I trust Sayori. More than anyone. Yeah. That'd be appreciated.
Okay, everyone. It's finally time.
I can't help myself from practically launching myself from my seat to the front desk. I bet Sayori was surprised, but at this point, I don't care. I've been waiting for this moment. I pull a chair from the front row and take a seat. I can barely hold back my excitement.
Someone's eager. No need to get so excited.
She says that, but she's beaming. I know how hard she's worked for this day. All of us have, actually. Sayori's made some cards for everyone, which we've all signed and written notes in. It's a really nice touch. And Yuri's prepared a surprise tea. As concerned as I am, she calls it a beautiful mixed blend. I'm pretty excited to try it. But most importantly, we all chipped in to create a manga chronicling our times at the club over the past 2 years. Wait, what? I'm sorry, was there just one huge time jump? We all chipped in to create a manga chronicling our times at the club over the past 2 years. 2 years worth of memories of good times and bad, all contained in these paper walls. I'm not sure this day could be any more perfect if I tried, but none of it can stave off the sense of loneliness we all feel, because this is our last official club meeting. The 4 of us graduate next week. Monica stepped down as the president 2 weeks ago, but she's done all the setup for today anyway. All we need to do is wait for the new president to return.
Take a seat, everyone. She's on her way.
Monica quickly puts her phone down and rushes to the small circle of chairs, where the 3 of us are already sitting.
I can't wait to see the look on her face. I can imagine this will definitely be a moment to remember.
I glance at Sayori, seated next to me. She gives me a warm smile and reaches for my hand, squeezing it gently. Any second, the new president of the Literature Club will walk through after our first official meeting with the committee. I glance around at the other 3, and I don't have to be a mind reader to feel the anticipation. We started planning this moment months ago. Our hard work is about to pay off.
Hey guys, sorry it took so. What? What is this? You guys?
She looks around the room in awe.
But we already had your graduation celebration, dummies.
As she stands there like a deer in the headlights, Monica walks over and brings her to the center of the circle of chairs. The 3 of us stand up as she is brought over.
Congratulations on your appointment, President. Yes, congratulations. We're all really proud of you.
Thanks for all your hard work, Natsuki.
You all... I can't believe you did all this for me. Well, you've gotten 5 brand new members for the club starting next year. You're already doing better than I did. It wasn't that hard. After all, Yuri helped me make friends with my classmates.
She turns to face Yuri.
Thanks, Yuri. Again.
Yuri smiles, averting her eyes but not turning away.
I couldn't say no to you. After you asked for my help, of course.
It's nice to see how much better Natsuki and Yuri get along these days. After our breakup, Yuri proved to be a surprising source of comfort for Natsuki. I never would have guessed that Yuri would have managed to get through to her, but then again, my time dating Natsuki taught me that Natsuki really is a softie at heart. While the 2 girls aren't best friends by any means, the improvement in their relations is pretty noticeable. At any rate, she's still been hanging out with Yuri more than with me. Well, that's understandable. After all, not only did we break up, but she also rejected me the second time I asked her out. As much as I beat myself up over it, though, when I think about it logically, I know that this was all a natural conclusion to our relationship. I mean, hardly anyone stays with their first girlfriend in the long run. There's just so much we both have to work on, and throwing a romantic relationship into the mix didn't help matters. Just look at how naive I was only a year ago. It's hard to believe that all that happened a year ago with everything that's happened lately. With me applying for university, it's been pretty busy. Sayori's actually been helping me get ready, and I really appreciate her help. It's a bit of a shame, though. I asked last year if she wanted to come to university with me, but she didn't seem interested. I wonder if I'll be able to convince her one day, but at least I can come back during my breaks to see her. It's going to be rough spending that much time apart after we've been so close lately. Don't get me wrong, I'll miss the club members too. It's a shame actually. I originally applied for the same place Yuri's going to. It would have been great to have a friend there, but such is life. At least we'll have meetings with all of us together whenever Monica can come back. So there's that to look forward to. I just hope Sayori will be alright. Even though we didn't talk all that much for the longest time, I was still next door. It'll be the first time being physically apart in, well, as long as I've known her. I feel a tug up my sleeve. Sayori's trying to get my attention. Smiling at her, I grab her hand. It's been a long road, but we've never been closer. Natsuki looks at us, bringing our thoughts back to the meeting. She stares at our hands, causing us to pull them apart. Once this thing between Sayori and I started happening, you can imagine how Natsuki felt. Suffice to say, she felt vindicated in everything she said back then. And well, this is probably why she stopped hanging out with Sayori and me. I don't blame her though, and she's actually never been uncivil to us. Just look at how she's put it aside for the sake of this party. Even so, I mentally apologized to her.
So, are you going to try them?
I noticed that she's holding a tray of cupcakes, the icing on them in the shape of a cat. Well, that brings me back.
What? Well, it's not like I made them for you or anything.
I see what you did there, game. She grins, handing me one. No, you made them for everyone.
Exactly. It just so happens that I made these on your first date.
I'm surprised you remembered.
Well, seems fitting considering how crazy the past 2 years have been.
That's true. My life's pretty different now.
Yeah, and you better not forget it.
I didn't say it was better, did I? The pair of us laugh. It's been a while since we had such a chill conversation, considering how busy I've been preparing for university and how busy she's been with the club. I feel myself relaxing back into the chair as Natsuki turns to say something to Yuri. Sayori plops down next to me, close enough for me to see the crumbs on her mouth, but far enough to avoid drawing Natsuki's attention. She shoots me a guilty smile, causing me to pat her hand in comfort. I don't know how different life could have been if I'd made different choices, but this... I can't say I'm unhappy, all things considered. Life could be a lot worse. After a minute or two, I gently motion for Sayori to move as I stand up. The moment I've been waiting for. I held the manga in my hands, smiling as I reach over to tap Natsuki's shoulder. Natsuki, we made something for you. To, remember us by. Just in case you ever forget,
Tommy, I'll never forget anyone here. Not for as long as I live.
Her eyes light up as I hand her the manga. I know. That's it? Oh, come on. That can't be all. The story's been way too short. Alright, I'm gonna have to do my research on this one, guys, because I don't think... There has to be more. There has to be more. And in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna look into this because Yuri's and Sayori's routes had at least 15 episodes worth of stuff. This is only episode 9. So there's got to be more to it than this. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more content like this. Link in the description to the playlist down below if you want to check it out. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Good night.